Yo, what's good? It's your boy Big Steve, and tonight's another episode of Go Blue at the Dark, where we're gonna be talking about the college football playoff rankings that just been released and Michigan football. Let's get into it. So first off, we all kind of knew what to expect with the top four teams. To be honest, Georgia dominated Tennessee, Ohio. You know how much they love them bums. Michigan, TCU, kind of, top four right now, but it's kind of, is everybody rankings only really for people to talk about. If you're undefeated, just win out. You're in the Power 5 conference, you're undefeated, just win out. And those four teams are right now undefeated, but since they just released it, we might as well just go ahead and talk about it. Starting off to 25, you got Washington coming in at 7-2, Kentucky 6-3, Florida State 6-3, UCF 7-2. You got Illinois took an L this past weekend. They 7-2 now. You got Notre Dame got the big dub against Clemson. They're 6-3. Kansas State 6-3. Texas, for some reason they love Texas so much. They 6-3 at 18. Tulane coming in 8-1 still, ranked 17. North Carolina State 7-2. They at 16. At 15, North Carolina. It's been kind of surprised, they only 8-1. So they coming. You got Penn State 14. They at 7-2. Utah, everybody knows a scary team. They at 7-2. UCLA, surprise team, 8-1. Ole Miss at 11. They're kind of quiet, sneaky team too at 8-1. And then you got the top 10. You got Clemson. I think been overrated this whole year. Their quarterback is not that guy. They round off. They had the top 10 with 8-1. You got Bama, who I feel still kind of scary and can shake things up at 7-2. You got USC, who are in a good spot right now at 8-1. And then, I think things get real tricky right now is LSU being 7-2, ranked number 7. That's something to watch out for coming down the stretch. You got Oregon 8-1 at number 6, Tennessee at number 5, 8-1. Then you got TCU 9-0 at number 4, Michigan 9-0 at number 3, Ohio 9-0 at number 2, and Georgia 9-0 at number 1. So right now, my take on it is it's still open right now because I feel at least we still got to play Ohio on November 26th. So that's going to shake things up. And then you got Georgia still got to play somebody in the SEC championship game that can shake things up. And TCU kind of in a situation where they can get shook up as well. So like I say, the thing to keep an eye out on is LSU. With those, they got some big wins, and they can be a 2-loss team, really shaking things up. Because if you have let's say for instance, you have a 1-loss Pac-12 champions and a 2-loss LSU, that's going to be kind of a crazy situation. That's going to even scream more for people to hurry up so we can have a 12-team playoff, which I don't agree with. I think 4 teams kind of enough. Maybe 5, somebody get a bye. But it kind of make every game mean that much more when you got just 4 teams. So, Michigan ranked 3rd. I think we're in a position where we win out, we in. It's kind of a good thing that Penn State top 15 still, so that's a good win to have that we dominated them. If Ohio keep winning and we go in that game and we dominate them, and then if we dominate Ohio, no matter what happens in the Big Ten championship, I feel we probably in. But I hate to even see that scenario. I feel right now this team got something going. Right now we number 3. Like I say, to be honest, we can finish the season number 2. We can definitely finish the season number 2. Rankings don't mean nothing, to be honest. Whether you 1 or 4, it's just get in. But yeah, I think Georgia has proven that they number 1 hands down. After dominating Tennessee, and just basically dominating Oregon. So you got 2 dominating wins against 2 top 7 teams. That's incredible. Ohio's another story. Michigan, I believe our second half, we 2 teams right now. I think the college, they definitely got to take notice of that in the rankings where we have dominated teams the second half. I don't think we probably only gave up a touch 7 points a game in the second half. Like we've been dominating. TCU, they've been down mostly every game, but they've been shooting it out and getting some big wins. I still feel like Tennessee in the best spot right now. Tennessee in the best spot. They number 5, 1 loss. And I think they got like South Carolina, Vanderbilt, and somebody else coming up to where they not go, unless Georgia have a major collapse, they should not be able to go to the SEC championship game. But you finish out the season with 1 loss, it can shake some things up. I feel like right now, if it's Michigan 1 loss and Tennessee's 1 loss, they're going to go with Tennessee. Now, if we beat Ohio, then some way happened to lose to Illinois in the Big Ten championship game, then they probably go, but if we lose to Ohio State, we might as well just cancel our season, because the way we started with Hawaii and Colorado State and UConn, they still haven't forgave us for that. But Oregon, I'm not sure who they got left, but that's the team to keep an eye on. We know Bo Nix been in college for a while now. And I don't know about y'all, but it's kind of weird seeing these quarterbacks. I didn't know Georgia quarterback was that old. It's like, you 25 years old, man. You out here dominating kids. So I don't respect that, but we're in a good spot, man. All we got to do is keep winning. We got Nebraska coming up. Every game's going to be a trap game now. I'm confident that we can go into Columbus and get the dub. As long as we can just take care of business with Nebraska and Illinois. And if we get our main core together, we can go in Columbus and do something. I like Will Johnson at corner. I like making that change with Will. He's a big dude, man. He's a big corner. But there you have it, man. Georgia, Ohio, Michigan, TCU, top 4 teams in the nation. I like where we at right now. I said it before. All we got to do is win out. We win out. We in there. I'd like to see how it shape out, because right now it's like a potential. You can have 3 SEC teams and, that Big Ten, and with Clemson going down, the ACC's out of it. And the Big 12 is quietly, TCU got Texas coming up, so that's going to be a game deciding, because Texas can really ruin it for the Big 12 right now. Because once TCU lose, we definitely don't see a 1-loss Big 12 team getting into the playoffs. So, Bama, who knows? Clemson, they really don't got no more marquee matchups outside of the Big 12 championship game to where it is going to affect them. So Ole Miss, that's going to be a team to look out for as well. I think the teams I'm most interested in seeing how their season finishes UCLA, USC, and Ole Miss. Those three teams right there, you know, that 10-11 spot, that can really, you know, I think Utah still got a couple games left to make some seasons go down, but I'm glad Penn State, you know, won some games. You know, it make us look better. Tulane, 8-1. You know, I'm pretty sure they're going to be that team this year that get into a Bowl 6 game. You know, that's cool for them. North Carolina, it's some good teams still left. You know, like I say, Tulane, you know, North Carolina is a 8-1 team. I like to see how their season finishes well. You know, but, you know, I'm hopefully do a video sometime this rest of this week where we preview the Michigan versus Nebraska game. Everybody know how we feel about Nebraska. They should never have part of that championship. We should have both of them, coaches poll and the AP poll, but that's for another day. So there you have it. College football playoff rankings. Michigan number 3. Go Blue.